Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 3.
We just hold them.
Yeah.
Really?
A little bit closer. A little bit closer.
Yeah.
That's okay.
You want to come closer?
Senator Vivienne Poy, and actually it's my pleasure to introduce Senator Poy myself. Senator Poy is the first Canadian Asians to be appointed to the Senate of Canada, and she is the Chancellor Emerita of the University of Toronto. Senator Poy also is a member of the Senate Standing Committee on Human Rights and Vice Chair of the Canada Chair Legislative Association. She is also the Chairwoman of Lee Tech Way Holding Limited and a member of the Board of the Bank of East Asia, Canada. Among her many voluntary positions, she is an honorary patron of the Chinese Cultural Center of the Greater Toronto and Greater Vancouver, as well as the International Center of Winnipeg. She is also honorary advisor to the Buddhist Education Foundation for Canada, the Japanese Canadian Legacy Project, the honorary board members of the Kidney Foundation, and she is the patron of the Hong Kong Canada Business Association, Ottawa chapter, and you can see the list go on. And Senator Poy has been very active in various community and voluntary work. And Senator Poy has a PhD degree in history from the University of Toronto. She is the author of 4 books that explore the history of the Chinese in Hong Kong and in Canada. Senator Poy has been recognized for her contribution to intercultural understanding by many cultural organizations and was named one of Canada's top 100 most powerful women by the Women Executive Networks. Senator Poy also received the Queen's Golden Jubilee Medal and is an officer of the Order of St. John and a senior fellow at Massey College. On a personal note, I'm always very impressed by the time management ability and energy of Senator Poy. With such a very busy schedule, she is able to complete 4 very important books, and I'm sure that her publications on the history of China, on Chinese in Hong Kong and in Canada will be extremely helpful to colleagues. Now let us welcome Senator Vivienne Poy to discuss her new book, Profit, Victory and Sharpness, The Lease of Hong Kong.
Can we have the lights dim, please? Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad so many of you have turned out this evening, because I was wondering whether I would be talking to myself with that snowfall this morning. I wasn't sure whether this is going to happen. Anyway, first of all, I'm going to explain that this is not a lecture. I'm going to tell you a story, because I love stories. So the reason that I started researching my family as I met 3 of our in our audience just now. They said their name is Lee, and it turns out to be a different Lee. So the reason, one of the many reasons that I started researching the history of my family is my surname. It's written there. Here's my pointer. And it's a very unusual surname in China. It belongs to a very small group of people. And I was wondering where my ancestors got the name from. So that was one of the main reasons why I researched. And I went back in our ancestral records, and of course I got the answer. So the surname came from, actually all surnames in China.